Hey there, folks. I'm Fox 10 News meteorologist Matt Barentine, keeping an eye on things here in the Fox 10 News Now Weather Center here this afternoon, keeping an eye on any possibilities of any severe weather. And the good news is, as of now, we have nothing severe out there at the moment. Now, where are the storms? They're here. They're south of Biloxi at this point. Of course, rain has moved into Biloxi, but what I'm talking about is the thunderstorm action is out offshore still. And we can see across our local areas so far, just some very light sprinkles for the most part. I'll move this around a little bit, zoom on down. So Jackson County getting some pretty steady rain here. Mississippi going back over towards Ocean Springs, Biloxi starting to get some rain as well. The heavier storms offshore at this point. See right here through the Chandeleur Islands here, we're getting some lightning, and this will be moving onshore around Pascagoula here before too long. In fact, let me get onto the right loop here so we can show you this. So this is with the movement. And so here we are, and you can see the storm coming in around Ocean Springs, Biloxi area. That's sort of the leading edge of what's going to be a stormy afternoon. So we're kind of waiting on it still. It's just after 1 o'clock. Yesterday, all the models are saying this is coming in right at noontime into the western part of our viewing area. This morning, the models pushed that back till about 1. And it looks like the reality is going to be maybe about 2. So it's pushed back a little bit, so a little bit later on into the afternoon. There's some good news to tell you about with the severe weather situation. We have a lot of, the clouds has been gray all day. We haven't had a lot of heating in the atmosphere, which is good. That's lowering, I think, our risk of seeing widespread severe weather. Now, it doesn't mean we can't get some localized severe weather out there this afternoon, but the widespread doesn't look like we're going to see one big solid line of severe weather. It's not shaping up like that. In fact, I'll put on that. I'm going to go and back this thing up. What you're going to see is a very broken up system with the heaviest stuff really still offshore at this point. Some of that will work its way onshore, but you see as it works its way onshore, it'll lose a lot of the lightning. That shows us there's not a whole lot of instability here. Not enough instability to help with create more thunderstorms over land. So the instability is basically offshore. Now, let's go ahead and tell you about the different things we got going on. First off, we're still going to be under a slight risk zone for basically areas off to the west of 65. That's a level 2 risk on the from the storm predictions there. This is the tornado risk, and it's at the lowest levels that they post on there. 2% for the eastern part of our viewing area, and then we got 5% for the western part of our viewing area. And I know how it is. You hear that number, 2%, 5%. Boy, those are small risks, and they are. But you got to keep in mind this is for a tornado, possibly. So, I mean, that's, most days that you are going out and about with your life, we don't have any tornado risk at all. There's only a handful of days where we even have low wind risks of seeing tornadoes. So it's still something to pay attention to. Make sure you have a way of getting warnings. The biggest risk will be wind risk. Damaging winds, say, those 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts that come out ahead of a storm. And we have about a 15% risk of that. That's that yellow shading here for us today. The hail risk has gone down. We're in the lowest level there, 5%. So there's really little chance of seeing any big hail. We could get some little penny-sized hail or that sort of thing out of some of these storms. But damaging hail will be very unlikely. All right, so once again, big picture. Right now, the heaviest storms are staying offshore, and they're weakening as they come onshore. That's what I want to keep seeing. That shows me that, once again, we're not dealing with a whole lot of instability. That's good. We'll have to continue to watch and wait to see what that's going to do. But here's what the modeling is showing. Actually, these are the severe impacts. Once again, the wind is the highest out of all these. Flooding, I didn't really mention it, but we probably get a pretty decent amount of rain late this afternoon. And I do anticipate some road flooding. Those roads that typically cause issues, they're likely to have some issues later on today. Good news is it's Sunday, not a lot of folks driving around, but just something to be aware of if you do have to be out and about. All right, so here's the part that you're probably going to want to pay attention to, the Futurecast. See what it's showing. It's keeping the heaviest stuff just offshore, more broken up here, but it's still showing some pretty good rain here around 2 o'clock. And then we go into 4 o'clock. Mostly off to the east. Now that's Baldwin County off to the east of there. Then definitely a lot more sporadic once you go west of 65 at that point. Then you see 6 o'clock, say, oh, that looks great. It looks like it's wrapping up. It looks like it's done. And here's one of the changes that we've seen with the modeling here today. a second round pulling in off the Gulf later on, and this one's showing some action in it. Like, see these bright purples here? That's showing some high return, which would mean very heavy rain, possibly some small hail, and even some severe weather, possibly with some stronger winds. So we'll be watching that. It looks like that'll go on until about midnight, then it'll break up. So we could actually see a couple rounds of storms here throughout the day, one later this afternoon, next few hours, and then one round into the evening, say 9 or 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. You may hear some rumbles of thunder there as well. So a couple different rounds. You'll see that showing up here on the 10-day or the 10-hour planner as well. You can see the big rain chances in the middle of the afternoon from 3 to 5 o'clock, and then it kind of goes down a little bit and then comes right back up here into the evening hours. So a couple rounds of rain, heavy rain possible with some showers and thunderstorms, some stronger mixed in. Because I just showed you tonight, I'm going to go forward here past that. That's midnight, and we're going to go into tomorrow. Here's 7 a.m. So you wake up tomorrow morning, very well could need a raincoat there as you get off to work or get those kids to school. There is going to be some scattered showers and rain around, and we'll continue to see that bubbling up throughout the day. So Monday, I don't think we're going to see a big wall of storms all day long, but there's going to be off and on rain and a few rumbles of thunder throughout the day. We're just going to have an unsettled pattern for your Monday. So rain chances very high once again, and it's not just for Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, same deal. We're going to have scattered showers and storms, hit and miss showers and storms, but a good likelihood that you'll run into those. The good news is, I've been checking with the Storm Prediction Center, and let me make sure before I say anything else, from their convective outlooks, they have not put us in. We're going to be in a marginal risk for Monday, so that's the lowest level of risk. And Tuesday, okay, now they bumped us up to a slight risk. So we could be talking about the possibility of some more strong storms, particularly on Tuesday. That looks like to be the best chance. So I'm definitely going to keep tracking that for you as well. So that's just the latest from the Storm Prediction Center. Yesterday they didn't have us in any risk zones for Monday or Tuesday. Now they got us in level 1 on Monday, level 2 on Tuesday. So some rough weather possible once again as we go through this upcoming week. Right now, like I said, the good news for us at the moment is that we are no watches, no warnings here at the moment. Storms are still kind of offshore to the south and west of us. Right through here, the Chandeleur Islands are right here. Petty Boy Islands right up through here, Horn Island, and Biloxi, Ocean Springs are getting some rain. But as this moves onshore, it's losing its convectiveness. Big word there, convectiveness. Convections when the thunderstorm bubbles up and it creates lightning. You hear the lightning, you see the lightning, hear the thunder. That's a storm with a lot of convection. This is moving onshore and it's losing some of that convection. I can tell that because there's no lightning in there. And that means the air is fairly stable. And the reason why is because we've had clouds out there all day. If we'd had some breaks in those clouds, got a lot of sunshine, that would have made the atmosphere bubble up hot. It would have made it more unstable. And these storms would have been able to use that instability to grow stronger. But it looks like they're actually weakening. So that's good news. That may not stay the case all afternoon. We do expect some of these to be strong enough to be possibly severe later on. So I'll be watching that for you as we go through the afternoon. Right now, it's still west of us. So if you're out there watching right now, for all of you folks that joined on our Facebook page, do appreciate it. You've got a couple of hours. This has been really good news for the Arts and Crafts Festival in Fairhope. I was really concerned that the storms would start moving in around noon or 1 and really cut them off pretty early. But here it is just after 1. They got some light rain on the way, but they don't have a thunderstorm at the moment. So you might be able to get a couple more hours out of the festival before the storms move in. So that's good to see. But I say that, but it's not too far away. But that's moving almost due north. So let me actually put that into motion here. Last 30 minutes. So yeah, we're going to get to at least 2 o'clock without any major issues out at the Arts and Crafts Festival, which is good to see. I know that was one thing I was really concerned with because a lot of folks are going to be out here in Fairhope enjoying that, and I was really worried that I might get cut off a little bit earlier. But they're looking like they'll be able to get through maybe another hour, maybe 2 hours if you're lucky out there at the Arts and Crafts Festival. So the same deal for folks who are in Foley and Gulf Shores. You got some time before this gets here. Now, if you're in Mobile, you don't have as much time. You got maybe 45 minutes or so. Maybe if you're in West Mobile, you're already starting to see some rain around Grand Bay and Wilmer. But once again, that's just rain at this point. The storms are still offshore. The lightning and thunder is still offshore. Looks like Dauphin Island will get into some of that about 30 to 40 minutes. Some of the heavier rain and some of the lightning and thunder. So this will begin filling in here in the next couple of hours. I know you get to a point you're like, where's this rain they're talking about? Well, yeah, it's coming. You just got to kind of wait for it. It's 1:15 now. Is in Mississippi. It's headed towards Mobile County. It's kind of just grazing into Mobile County right now. So this rain is coming. It will be here. The storms will be here. Just kind of a wait and see thing. If we get anything severe out of this, once again, we have some good stability right now. That's good news. I hope it lasts. I can't promise it'll last, but hopefully it will, so we don't get too strong of storms out of this. Some rain's okay. We don't want severe weather. All right, so that's what it looks like out there. Once again, no watches, no warnings at this point. No watches, no warnings. The alert map is clear at the moment. That's good news. So just stay tuned. It's a little bit after 1. I'll probably do another update around 3 o'clock or so, depending on how this is shaping out. If we start getting warnings, we'll be doing some updates on Facebook, and if we get bad enough warnings, we'll go on air too as well on Fox 10. So I'm meteorologist Matt Barentine. Once again, to everybody that joined, do appreciate it. Have yourselves a great afternoon. Watch out for these storms today. Once again, I know it's been like a waiting game, but the storms are just offshore. They're about to work their way in. You're going to get some heavier rain before long. You're going to get some lightning. You're going to get some thunder. It's just kind of but right now we don't have anything severe on the board yet, so we'll have to wait and see on that. I'll be, like I said, keeping you updated throughout the afternoon. Have yourselves a great one for everybody that joined on Facebook and our YouTube page. I appreciate it. Have yourselves a good one. Stay safe. Get some work done around the house. Why not? What else are you going to do? Wash some clothes. Do some of those projects you've been meaning to do around the house. Or maybe just sit there and watch Netflix. Whatever you're going to do. Have a good one. We'll take care.